Hey, what's up? This is Brandon Simmons for BrandonSimmons.biz, and this is my weekly video blog called Bullheaded, a review of the Houston Texans news as well as a preview of the upcoming game matchups. So this week, the Texans will be on a short week actually, and they will be visiting the New York Jets for Thursday Night Football. So we're going to get into all that they need to do to win that game. But first, I want to do a very quick game recap if I can, because I want to make this a very quick episode for a very quick week. So going back to this past Sunday's win over the Indianapolis Colts, once again, the narrative is going to be about the O line play. And this time, while it wasn't, the four set game that they had the previous week before, uh, it was still a little bit of a glaringly bad performance. Colts D line just seemed to like have their way with our O line, in particular Kenyon Green, who was actually benched in this game. And the crazy part is Green got benched and his replacement came in, and his replacement got injured, Jared Patterson. So his replacement is currently in concussion protocol right now. So Green actually had to go back in this game, and it kind of describes, the whole offensive line situation that's been happening within the past couple of weeks. You know what I'm saying? Like it just seems like it's just a bad, unfortunate situation for that whole unit. And yeah, it sucks that Green kind of got singled out a little bit because to be honest with you, there was another play I think Juice Scruggs was on like a pull or something like that, and he got knocked down by one of the defensive linemen. So it's like where what else can go wrong for this O line, and that performance pretty much summed it up. Um, for this unit over this for the time being. So it also got to see what was actually on the table. D'Amico said that last week that when asked about if any changes were going to be made for this offensive line, he said right now everything is on the table. So I think that really I think him benching Green just kind of sent a message, not just to Green, but to that entire offensive line that, what I'm saying, subpar play is not going to be it's going to be acceptable. So, um, it was a good move, good call. Hopefully that, does something for Green and, for the rest of that offensive line. Um, even despite the lack of pass protection, Stroud much better passing numbers this week. Last week had 86 passing yards. This week threw for 285 yards. He excelled through the pressure, and you know this was Sunday's game was like I think the second highest pressure that he's faced like all season. So what I'm saying? He faced it, he embraced it, he excelled through it. What I'm saying? It seems like they had a little bit better game plan to execute against this pressure. I don't know if they fully expected that against Green Bay and against any other team, but it seems like they were kind of prepared for, what I'm saying, hitting some bumps as far as pass protection goes. So they decided to find ways to work around it. So kudos to Stroud and his coaching staff for actually, what I'm saying, doing that. Joe Mixon, another big game for him, 102 rushing yards. That's been uh, like the bright spot of this offensive line. They've been able to actually make run blocks. You know what I'm saying? And I guess with run blocks, you're pretty much in charge of like where the play goes. So you're charging up and down. You're making a way for the running back. You're making the holes for the running back, as opposed to pass protection. Is like you don't know which way these guys are kind of coming. Most of the time, you think they're just going straight ahead, but for many, there are other times where they probably pulling stunts. They have blitz packages coming at you all crazy. So um, big ups to the O line for that. For being able to open up some running lanes for Joe Mixon. Defense was outstanding. I think Kamari Lassiter, he missed a couple games, but he came back, had a few pass breakups in the second half. Um, Eric Murray. Yeah, Eric Murray had about three different pass breakups in this game as well. So, you know what I'm saying, big ups to, the secondary for holding it down. Defensively, it was great. I don't know what else to really say. But yeah, defensively, I think they gave up one big play or whatever. But other than that, I think defense just really just kind of held it down. Uh, Before I finish up on the game recap, I want to talk about the play since it's been a topic. So the whole Anthony Richardson play, like, so the whole Anthony Richardson play, where he, called it quits or tapped out or whatever. Um, Will Anderson, he commented on it. He said, it was a testament to the defense, and I'm saying, that is true. I'm not gonna speak too much on it. When I saw the play, well, actually, when I first heard people talk about him doing that, I was like, I remember him doing that, but I don't, I couldn't remember like what play it was. And then I thought about it. I was like, it had to be that play. So the particular play, Richardson drops back, and he's about to get sacked, and one of our defensive linemen jump on his back, and he shrugs them off. So after shrugging them off, he's scrambling like across the field, only to for Jake Hansen to stop him at the line of scrimmage. And so when he got hit at the line of scrimmage, when Hansen hit him, I thought maybe he felt kind of awkward, and he had to come out a little bit. Players do that all the time. They try to call out if there's something wrong or something like that. So with him, it was like when it got around that, he said, yeah, I guess after the game, he said, he was just tired. He was just fatigued. He couldn't go no further. And I'm like, I mean, that kind of makes sense. So then I went and saw the play, and I was like, okay, that kind of makes sense because you have to shrug off, a player. And I'm thinking it was like, at first I thought it was Will Anderson he threw out, but no, it was Fatakasi or whatever. And I was like, you have to shake off a 300-pound defensive tackle and then scramble across the field. So I shoot him some bail on that. And that's my piece on it since everybody else threw that too said. But yeah, that was hilarious. Shaking off a 300-pound defensive tackle and then just leaving all your energy out for that. So I don't know, man. Good game by the Texans. That's all I gotta say about that. So, real quick, injuries. Unfortunately, Stefon Diggs, he's done for the year. We got him in this past off season. Um, Dynamic talent, obviously, but a great fit for this team on the field and in the locker room. No complaints about him except from a couple people from the outside media, but whatever. Um, but yeah, he's done for the year. Suffered an ACL injury. Right as of right now, this game is only going to have Tank Dell. Nico's supposed to be back maybe the following week. I should be officially the game after this. So I'd say what's this, week 9? It should be week 10. He should be back. So hopefully he's coming back in full form. Um, but yeah, uh, hopefully a speedy recovery for Diggs. That he actually, gets healed. That he comes back stronger. I think I read somewhere that he was a free agent after the season, so hopefully he comes back to us, finish what he started. Um, and just really keep that magic going. Pierce and Patterson. So Damian Pierce, last time I checked, he was listed as a DMP. Jared Patterson, same thing with him. I think Patterson still might be in concussion protocol, so um, we'll just see how that goes for him. So, with that being said, I'm gonna go real quick through these game scenarios, and like I said, Texans are on a short week. They're gonna be playing the New York Jets on Thursday Night Football, and so it's really gonna be the Jets interesting team. So we all know the story about the Jets getting Aaron Rodgers last year, and all these hopes that they had, and Rodgers got hurt and all this other stuff. So fast forward to this year, Rodgers is back. He's getting acclimated to his first, his first in season game action, regular season game action. After missing all of last year with an Achilles injury. So that hasn't really worked out fully as people thought it would. Um, in addition to that, yeah, so in addition to just getting him back and getting him acclimated to the lineup, the Jets also traded for Devontae Adams. They got Hassan Reddick in a trade as well, or free agency or one of them, but they picked up Hassan Reddick in this offseason as well. But he got right into a contract dispute, and so they finally worked that out. So now at this point, it's Hassan Reddick who rejoined the team last week. You got Devontae Adams, who they traded for, and he joined the team last week as well against the Steelers. And not to mention they got Alan Lazard, they got Brees Hall, they got Garrett Wilson, they got all these great pieces on offense. So with that being said, they're still trash. They're still 2-6, and it's crazy. You know what I'm saying? Because like on paper, this is really like a talented team, especially when you add Aaron Rodgers to the mix. So, but unfortunately, the reality is that they haven't lived up to those expectations. Um, so yeah, so just a few things that the Texans got to do to win this game. So number one, establish the run early. Texans have to establish the run early. Um, on that pass rush, they got Jets have Will McDonald, who's second in the league in sacks. They got Quentin Williams, who's a real force in the middle, and then they also got Hassan Reddick, who they just signed or just acquired it and just ended this holdout. So um, definitely have to get that going early, just so they can neutralize that pass rush. They can neutralize the pass rush. Um, Pass protection should not be an issue for Stroud. It should be there, should be secured for him. But yeah, definitely establish the run early. But don't lean too heavy on it where it becomes predictable. Just establish it to the point where it's like, okay, what I'm saying, we got this going. We're gonna get out here and just straight up, um, yeah, we're gonna get out here and just, what I'm saying, we're gonna get out here and just do what we have to do. Get this O line confident enough to go out here and protect this quarterback. Number two, more quick routes and quick release throws. So that was one of the things that I was happy that they could do in this past game. They had more quick route options for CJ to use when they felt the pressure coming. So hopefully they go back to that, do more quick release throws as well. Just going all to neutralize this pass rush, but also really to just protect CJ and just make plays. So yeah, sometimes you can avoid a sack and throw the ball away, but in this case, you're avoiding a sack, but you're also adding to more points. You know what I'm saying? And the more you actually keep that ball in play uh, on a shorter route, more clock it'll chew up, sort of like a pseudo run game, if you will. So definitely establish the run early, neutralize. Excuse me, do more quick routes and quick release those. Third and final thing, make stops on third downs. Um, so yeah, I think the best thing the Jets have going for them on offense is their third down percentage. They might be like top 10 for third down. So make the challenge to stop them on third downs. You know what I'm saying? Put them in third and long situations, all that good stuff. Just so they can, have a low rate of actually going out here and winning those particular challenges. So that's all I really got. Just those things, just establish the run early to neutralize the pass rush. Do more quick routes and quick release throws to neutralize the pass rush, slow down the New York Jets pass rush. And the Texans have to, make stops on third downs. So that's all I got for y'all this week. I'm Brandon Simmons from BrandonSimmons.biz. If you are watching this on Facebook, facebook.com/BrandonBlog. Like my page, uh, like and share this video. If you are watching this on YouTube, click the like button and click the subscribe button. So yeah, that's it. I'm Brandon Simmons from BrandonSimmons.biz. Holla black.